All right, guys, so I was hacked and lost my channel. So we're gonna start from the beginning here. So I started my channel back in, oh my gosh, 2008, somewhere around then. And basically, I didn't do a whole lot with it at first. And then I kind of was doing the fitness thing where I was sponsored and all this other fun stuff. And, it was doing pretty well, but I just didn't understand YouTube at the time and it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, so I walked away. And then fast forward 10, I think maybe 10 years later, 11 years later, figured out what I wanted to do. And basically, I wanted to use my IT background to help you guys out, software reviews, product reviews, and so on. And over, basically over a time period of, let's say, maybe 3 years, I produced, maybe about 2 years, I produced a decent amount of content and I moved my subscribership all the way up to 12,000. Now, that was pretty good. Now, to some people, they think, okay, that's not a lot. Well, that was a lot of hard work for me. And everything's paying off. So 12,000 followers, subscribers, doing great, getting into the flow of things. And then about 2.5 weeks, we'll say maybe 3 weeks ago, I get a sponsored email that says, hey, we would love to pay you to do a video integration for us. Would you be interested? And I said, okay, yes, what are the terms? They gave me the terms. They wanted me to do a 90-second integration. The video was about, I believe the company was Vistaprint. It was something that was connected to Vistaprint, which is very interesting because Vistaprint is actually a real company. And then what they were asking me for was to produce a video. It looked like a version of Vistaprint, but there was something about building thumbnails and things like that. So there's always tons of companies contacting me to do that and things like that. But I never really was interested. But I said, you know what, this time, sure. So I took a look at it. Everything looked legit. And I'll even say what they wanted to pay me. They wanted to pay me, I believe it was $350 to do an integration. And I was like, okay, that's perfectly fine. At the time, my rate was $400 for an integration. So I was like, okay, cool. No big deal. I can do that. What are the metrics? What do you need? And then they said, okay, guys, I got to interrupt because as I'm making this video, I noticed something really interesting. So as I'm getting to the part where I'm talking about what we agreed on in the video, what I agreed on with this company, the amount, and then when I go to the next section where I want to show you guys what they told me to link into, for some reason now, Google finally picked up, Gmail, finally picked up that, hey, this might be a scam or phishing or whatever. Now it shows up as I'm looking at it now where at the time of this email exchange, it did not show up. So I wanted to jump in. I'm going to show you that as I'm talking next, but this is very interesting because this was never there. So I wanted to kind of jump in because I'm sure some people are going to be like, duh, didn't you see that? It wasn't there. And now all of a sudden it's there. So just wanted to jump in and say that. Here's the layout of what we need you guys to do. And basically all you have to do is just, here's our link, put in your information, and then we'll get you set up and go from there. Now, to the beginners, some people are like, okay, why did you click on the link? So these days, it's not uncommon for what I like to call them creator accounts, which are basically third-party, you could say managers or so on, where they have a platform and basically they're the middleman in between the actual sponsors and the actual creators. And what they do, they'll contact you on behalf of another company. Here's what they're offering. This is the deal. This is what they'd like you to do. Here are the limitations or what they request. And then what they do is they'll have you log into their system, and you put your channel name and you log into their system using your information. And I'd done this in the past. I believe I did this with a company, Creator Co. or something like that. But regardless, everything's perfectly fine. And they do this, that you log into the system so they can verify your metrics inside of your YouTube channel, because realistically, I don't believe they can see everything. So when you log in, they're able to see all of your metrics and things like that. And okay, verify, okay, this is his channel. This is what he makes. Our information is correct. Okay, great. This is what we can pay him. And then we go from there, because I believe the last company that I worked with did the same thing and they paid me a good amount. So I'm like, cool. So it's not uncommon for companies to contact you and say, log into our system to verify your metrics and things like that. So this company contacted me. I'm going to be putting up all the different, I'll be putting up the email, the company name. I'm not clicking back on that link, I'll tell you that. But I'll give you guys some images to let you know, what to avoid. But basically what happened is just, they contacted us, say, okay, great. I went to log in our system, put in my channel name, information, everything popped up. Okay, great. Then you go hit enter and it's okay, log in to verify. And, which I'm a little embarrassed because I have an IT background and this one just snuck past me. I mean, it happens. This is the first time I guess I could say in my life that's actually happened. And I've been in IT for many years. And this one snuck by me. And once I logged in, and it was weird, which should have been my first sign, was when I went to log in and verify, because the email part and stuff, the wording, instead of going across like it normally does, it went straight down. Now, from an IT background, I know that glitches do happen. So I said, okay, cool, whatever. Okay, I see where I do it. And I remember information in, verification code. And as soon as I hit the enter button, it hit me. And immediately my system, my computer, gave me a pop-up that says, your email was accessed through a Windows computer. I haven't owned a Windows computer since 2009. 2009. So immediately I'm like, oh my gosh, Sean, you did not just... I jump to my email, I go in there, I try to go change the password real quick. I'm panicking, but it's too late. They're already in there. So even after I change the system, they have what they need inside of there. And then when I try to go back 5 to 10 minutes later, the email, they changed the email password. So now I can't get in, so I try to go to recover. They remove the part that says, forgot your password. That's no longer available. Then they changed every single one of my authentication measures or whatever. So there was no way for me to authenticate myself. They changed my phone number, they changed my email, and they removed my biometrics. So with those three gone, there was literally no way for me to get in there. So from there, I'm panicking, I'm going crazy, because that email, which is a lesson for myself and all of you guys, was just a standard Gmail account. So I was unaware that Google does not give support. No customer service line, no chat support, no email. They do not give support for free email accounts. If you can't get it through their authentication process, as of what I'm seeing right now, you're pretty much out of luck. So if you have a paid Gmail account, so if you have a Gmail account that's connected to your obviously to your YouTube, and you're actually having a YouTube career, get a paid account with a business name and all of that, because they do offer another line of support. I believe there actually is a number and there's more measures, but if you have a free account, you're gonna be out of luck, just like myself. So from here, I contact Twitter. I'm like, who can help? And I found out there's a team YouTube, and I've been communicating with these guys up until now, and it's been a little bit frustrating because they're walking me through the process. But the problem is that last section of verification has to be done through the email account. So I had a good friend of mine, he came in and helped me bypass a lot of things, got it to where the email account that got hacked was sending me the verification message with my phone number, so sending it to my cell phone. But the problem was, in order to fully authenticate the account, I have to go into the actual compromised Gmail account. And I can't get in there because the last section of verification is an email verification, which is your secondary or backup. And they changed my backup email. So as of right now, I am still not in there. I lost all my Google Workspace documents, business stuff that I was working on. Not just the business documents, but you would be surprised at how many things that we use today, and we automatically log in through our Google account instead of doing a standard account setup. And as of right now, I have about 9 or 10 different other accounts, whether it be Canva or all these other ones, that if I log out, I'm not getting back in there because they can't verify me. So a lot of these different accounts right now are just kind of just sitting in the wind. Some of them do provide a method in which you can change the actual email. But in all of those, I did go in there and I changed the load up email address, but I had to cancel credit cards. I had to change Venmo, Cash Apps, all these different things. And I had to go to my bank. I had to go to Apple. I had to change up my Apple ID and information. I mean, it was just a complete nightmare. But in the meantime, right now, I'm pretty much out of luck. We'll see what happens. See if Team YouTube comes up with anything from the Twitter side. If any of you guys know like a rep for the actual YouTube or anything like that, if you know any of you guys who have paid channels or monetized channels that could help me out, please, I'll be very grateful for you guys' help. But as of right now, I'm out of luck. I'm starting over. I saved about maybe 14 or 15 of the last few videos and sponsorships that I had. So those have been uploaded and will just drop randomly, just to kind of start building things up. And also to my sponsors, guys, I'm so sorry. You guys trusted me with, producing videos for you guys, and now you can no longer access them. However, all of you guys that I did produce videos for, I found those videos, and they will be uploaded again with links and so on. So I'm gonna get those back up, but I do apologize for, you guys basically not being able to see that information anymore. And I'm happy to resend you the videos as well. My channel name is gonna be pretty much the same, just a few words in there you'll notice that are different. But yeah. So that's my story, guys. If any of you guys who are new and starting your YouTube careers, my first piece of advice: get a paid Gmail account for your YouTube channel. Second, do not click on any links that's going to ask you to log into a system through verification. I know there's a couple companies that do it, but tell them you can't do it. Have them send you a contract and you do it the old school way, because realistically, you don't know what these things are. And the minute you click on it, luckily for me, it was just my email. But it could have been way worse, guys. So keep that in mind. New creators and even established and current creators. There's a lot of these platforms coming up that are trying to be third party. Do it the old school way. Hopefully you guys don't make the same mistake as me. Thank you guys for listening. Again, I went from 12,000, maybe 500 to nothing. Yeah, so all that's gone and I got to rebuild it all up. So that's years worth of work, but it's okay because I actually know how YouTube works now and I can actually rebuild in a different manner. But it's frustrating. More so, not so much, the following, I lost all of that. And in the documents, I'm slowly getting some of that back through different means, but it's frustrating. So guys, thank you for listening. And yes, if you guys have any questions, or like I said, I will be putting up the images of what it was and, just some of the things I've been working on. And I'll put up a little bit. I don't want to put too much, but in my personal information, but it sucks. Protect your email accounts, protect your YouTube accounts, because my YouTube account got suspended. I can't get back into there because I can't get into my Gmail account. So this is your everyday professional. I had to make some changes, but we're back and we just have to rebuild this from scratch. Feel free to subscribe. I know my subscriber count is super low, guys, but if you feel it, subscribe. I promise you guys I'll be dropping information on software tutorials, product tutorials, and so on. But until then, see you guys soon. Have a great day.